game, they're going to have trouble against a Lycan. And Lycan's going to be able to push towers pretty well. Even like Juggernaut, not happy about this, because if he Omni Slashes, Lycan's going to have dudes there. Yeah. Unless the Wolves betray him and go invisible or something like that. But
so how does Team Secret like get over this? I guess it's going to be their offlaner, right? Yeah. Like, do you get something more like a Faceless Void, which is more of an old school combination with an XOR build? Lock him in that way before they can go out.
Not a fan of the Void. I do see that it does, you're right. It does
the
combo.
Synergy with AA and Invoker.
Yeah, it combos with their team. I'm just not a big fan of the hero right now. I feel like it wouldn't be bad against Lycan in lane, I guess. Against
running just like a 3 not
ET.
a 1, so he's not like that damage dealer. He's just that control factor.
I'm not a big fan of that. I feel like FATA can do that with different heroes. Like, I think that's too farm heavy for the heroes that FATA normally plays. But I'd prefer they just even do something like a Puck or something. Like something that has less farm need to do damage, is more levels based.
His Dream Core and Silence would be great against Brewmaster Lycan, yeah.
And then FATA can still buy an item like a Shadow Blade or something that lets him set up ganks. I would prefer that for Secret's playstyle. Or maybe something that has just like some kind of like a blink stun or some way to set up Sunstrikes himself. It doesn't have to be a 150-second cooldown ultimate kind of a thing.
Is there a support that you would actually move instead? So you like FATA can just take the Nyx to the off?
I just don't think Nyx off is very good right now. It's pretty much like in late parts of the game, it's a support essentially. You're looking for kills, you're not ganking. Or you're not farming and stuff like that. So
they banned the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah.
Would have been a hard hero matchup for the Juggernaut. With a little bit of help. Actually, no, for the...
They could have put it at mid against Invoker as well, but it's another physical damage hero that gets minus armor. Yeah. It would be good against Invoker and A in the same way that Lycan is decent. So definitely a pretty good ban there. PA is like a hero that is like very selectively good, but as a whole, not a good hero. Probably the right way to describe it. So last ban here, Secret is looking for either, if they do Nyx offlane, it's either Nyx or their true offlane hero. And VGJ Thunder, I guess, is kind of vulnerable. They don't, maybe to team fight or something like that. Yeah, that would have been really good. Good way, a little bit of lane strength, can duel offlane. Ravage is obviously great for setting up more combos and creating some space. It would have been really good against Lycan as well. Just anchor smash all of the creeps, Ravage all of the creeps, and it gives Secret a couple seconds to actually turn and get a kill of their own. Okay.
Gyrocopter for VGJ. He's been the go-to hero for a lot of teams.
I imagine that's going to be a Gyro mid. That's probably what we're looking at here.
Gyro versus Invoker.
I don't think it's too bad. I mean, Invoker is going to have a Forge Spirit to tank Rocket Barrage damage, but maybe I'm wrong here because his range is a little bit low. Maybe Invoker does have some advantages there, but I feel like if there's a Roman from Elder Titan, for example, then Gyro... Like, if Elder Titan gets 2 and does like a Spirit Stomp, they can definitely set up a kill. Gyro versus Invoker here.
I said Bristle.
Okay, so it's just...
Wait, hang on. It is going to be FATA's Bristle, right?
I am pretty sure it'll be FATA's Bristle. So it's kind of like a different version of tankiness in that it doesn't really have a lot of disable, but he can basically just sit in his lane constantly and harass the safe lane. And a little bit of support can make him do stuff.
Like, can Juggernaut push to the offlane to work with Puppey and YapzOr so you get the Bristle versus Brew matchup? Like, who really comes out on top when you have that kind of matchup?
That one sounds a little, definitely Bristle favored, I would feel, because I feel like he could always threaten potential Quill kills, but if he is pressured by Brew, he can just walk away and won't take as much damage. But I think they're going to want to put Bristle in the offlane, because he's definitely a hero that's able to aggressively pressure an opponent like Lycan. Lycan's armor has been nerfed repeatedly. He's got a lot of regen, but if you're Quill stacking on him and you've got Goo and he's not 6 yet, he's going to have a bit of a problem. So they could even aggressively tri-lane, but I think it'll be more like YapzOr will start in the offlane with Bristle, or maybe Ancient Apparition will go there, and then they'll just kind of rotate their supports around making kills happen, while Ace has a relatively good safe lane as well against Bristle. They can just do dual lanes and then rotate the other support to make tri-lanes occasionally happen, and I think they can get a lot done on the map here.
Would you still go the Crosswex build over on mid one for this? Like, turn him into that fast-moving hunter?
It's really not bad here, but I think they'll probably commit to the Exort build. It's definitely more refined. It has better longevity for sure in the game. I'm just kind of like mechanics nerd ready for Crosswex, that's all. It's not great. It has a lot of weaknesses.
As a hype lover, I will be ready for the Exort build.
He will get the XOR build. I would say 90% for sure. Let's check. Does he have Sunstrike?
Yeah, where's he going? Where's he going? Into the game. Into the game we go.
He went quads.
No!
Oh, it's happening maybe. All right, probably happening. Hashtag happening. Because if you're Exort, if you're going Sunstrike, you definitely get Exort. But we'll see. There is still a chance, okay? He's going Wand first. I think he's going Quaswex. So what's really cool is the previous 0.3 tornado second lift time, the worst talent in the game, because that perk at 10 for Invoker to the right was equivalent to him getting an extra point of Quas. Except the extra point of Quas is better because it would make his Quas points better and his skills better. It was the worst talent in the game. Terrible. They buffed it now, so by level 10, I believe, Invoker can do a Tornado into Meteor Hammer combo. Okay. With this perk. Before, you would have to be like level 11 or something. So if he's doing this build, it is potentially good because a lot of the VGJ Thunder heroes have some limited mana pool. So if he can get an EMP Tornado on these guys, it's definitely going to affect their ability to fight, and then it's going to allow Secret to run them down probably with the heroes they have. Well, if he commits to this. We'll see.
You can watch it closely and give us running updates throughout the game. As far as our lanes go, let's have a quick little squiz through all of this. So is FATA going to be playing the off lane with the Bristleback? Mid one will be the mid Invoker. YapzOr roaming around as the Nyx Assassin. That puts Puppey and Ace up on top. They'll be going up against VGJ's aggressive lane, ET, Gyro, as well as Disrupt together, being Freeze, DDC, and Fade. And then Yang actually bouncing around himself. He's actually moving up towards the top now. Sylar is body blocking the wave in mid for them, and I assume it's then going to be a does he just TP to the bottom?
He'll probably stay there. I think Gyro's going to go all the way bottom is what it looks like to me.
Okay.
I mean, they're just trying to get these favorable matchups, right? Like Lycan,
so Lycan versus Invoker.
Lycan has regen, and if he does commit to Quaswex, this really sucks for Invoker because you do not get a lot of damage with this build. You're pretty much reliant on going for a fast phase boots, and if he's against a Lycan and Lycan hits for 70 damage without a Quelling Blade, mid one is going to have a lot of trouble getting last hits, unless he's amazing.
Stun's going to be coming onto Freeze as FATA. Okay, I thought they might get a little bit more damage. I think they're trying to get this, because it's like no mana burn on YapzOr. So he's gone stun and quills for FATA, so they're just trying to get in the face of this safe lane. Yeah,
so VGJ is just moving their heroes around to give them the favorable matchups. The Invoker versus Lycan one shouldn't be that great for an Invoker. I'll see last hits amazingly, which I trust mid one to do. And then on the top lane, it's what, Brewmaster plus Elder Titan versus Jug and an AA.
And they're going to be doing nothing but fighting inside the lanes. Both sides actually used observables to block the pool camps. So neither of these camps will spawn for a long time.
They just don't like neutrals, that's all. Invoker having a little bit of trouble. 3 and 2 last is pretty much everybody across the map having some issues here in last.
They're going to glimpse YapzOr back down again. FATA popping a little bit more of the damage. Both YapzOr and FATA, very hard to kill heroes, especially when they're running full ones at the beginning. But you've got 9 1 charges on the Gyrocopter. He wins the battle with the quill sprays coming out from FATA.
Seems like there's a lot of regen this game, actually. Everybody's got wands and mangoes. Ace has 2 mangoes himself.
The only ones who don't is like, well, then again, Silas not spamming abilities against mid one.
And it's not really much to spam here, right?
Yeah.
Cast Feral Impulse. So he is going Quaswex, guaranteed. Yeah. 2 Quas, 1 Wex. It's got Tornado picked up. This is essentially a last hitting ability for now. Honestly, not the most last hits right now. 2 minutes here, nobody's broken 10 just yet.
Yep, Lycan only just manages to do it. Yang very, very low. It's going to be forced off that top lane, or at least forced into salve usage. This is while Fade was away picking up both the bounty runes. YapzOr still hasn't claimed his own bounty rune yet.
It's more important to be in lane, because with Bristleback, you can always get these kills, right? As soon as you get a good disable on somebody that's out of position, if you can get like 4 or 5 quill sprays, that's a big pickup. And that can snowball into a faster boots, which lets you pressure the Gyrocopter, for example. If you can kill him, then the enemy carry's not as farmed, and the game gets easier.
I think FATA's trying to like stack up a couple of quills onto the Gyrocopter and see if YapzOr can get a good stun into potential Spike Carapace. They're just not getting that opportunity yet. And this is the downside, right, about going Quaswex. There is no bonus damage to help either lane set up for an extra kill. Like Yang being insanely low on life before, they can keep his position predictable.
It's just really hard for him to last hit with this build. It's a huge negative of it.
Oh, they're going now on YapzOr. Real issues, doesn't have a lot of life. And Freeze will get that Bristleback bounced out. Half a second to get the bounty rune. And half a second's long enough. VGJ strike.
Nyken's doing really well. 19 and 3 versus a 12 and 3 of Invoker. I've seen mid one miss a couple last hits in that he wasn't forced. They weren't forced errors or anything. It's just he only does just barely over. Wait, he does 70 damage now. He just picked up his first blades of attack.
Yeah.
Very tough to get last hits here. Puppey looking like he's gonna go down top here. Gonna be close.
Yeah, underneath the tower. Fade will chase him. Cold Feet and Spirit will do the work. Yang is not a healthy man. If Ace had, he's already used his spin to bring Yang down that low. So VGJ with 2 early kills.
And that's basically all Joe can do, right? Like, your support's being pressured, you just gotta try to get your own trade kill.
Well, this is a nice action room. A bottle of haste room for FATA.
That's so good on Bristle.
Yeah, if you can get that cold snap onto Sylar, I thought maybe you can have a crack at mid before he hits level 6, but FATA's just gone back down to the bottom lane.
That would have been a hard one.
Got to contest the pull.
These guys are definitely more vulnerable anyways. Huge threat for him right now having this haste rune. He can dive towers, he can bottle through tower hits. Doesn't have the most armor, he's got 1 point and Bristle back. But I think FATA's the hero to watch here. At some point he's going to try to get a kill, and he's definitely very capable. Just Glimpse is the only really dangerous thing.
Yep.
Can really shut that down.
I suppose VGJ sit back as well. Like, yeah, Fire triggers Hazer and he can jump the bottom. Mid lane, Sylar's going to get EMP burned out completely. Finally, mid one gets aggressive on him. And then Brewmaster actually TP's in, so they're going to switch their lanes and send Sylar into the jungle. Glimpse, come on back over here, FATA, back underneath the tier 1 tower. Freeze doesn't want to get too close to this, but with the homing missile and the Thunderstrike damage and the damage from the tower, FATA's trying to bottle through it all. He might be able to. Yeah, he will. And still has salve available. YapzOr got really close to DDC, but ET, the Spirit Stomp will come in. Spine Carapace didn't save him from this, but FATA, with that haste turn, he's back into the fight, looking for the kill under Freeze. Has to get the distance, but YapzOr, the double stun is great. It brought time to the wall. It won't do enough. The goo is out, and FATA, he can't close the distance. Instead, he goes back over towards Fade, who has 4 Quill Spray stacks on him. They dodge the stun from the stomp. Yamps also got hit by the missile, but it won't stop Fade from dying. He's too slow with the 3 stacks of things with goo on him. And both Freeze and DDC are forced back to the shrine.
That was a good moment for VGJ to force out the haste rune. FATA getting a little worried about the missile. Kind of wasted a lot of his haste just sprinting away from it. Probably should have just committed. Probably could have killed the gyro, but either way they do still get a kill. And if you can get this bounty as well. Oh, he feels so slow.
Alright, he at least gets the bounty. Couple of 1 charges. YapzOr needs to create some space. Doesn't get the stun on the Sylar. They're going to lose both. Flight Cannon from Gyrocopter not only will help him get the kills, they'll let him farm up the stack, which was being pulled out to the side.
Huge pickups there. Big double kill. And now Bristle's sitting in kind of a weird place. Level 4. He's got goo, only 1 point in his Bristle back. And on the bright side, mid one is getting plenty of mana to drain from his opponents. But I mean, I don't think Bristle really cares that much. If he can't be threatened physically, then all he has to do is just continue last hitting, using his Quelling and his Stout Shield. But at least mid one's also able to collect decent last hits at this point. He's got 30. Everybody's kind of behind this game, except for like Lycan. It's a low last hit game.
So as you said, like the Brew can just sit there with almost no mana. And just be a drunken brawler.
But the big difference will come in a bit. Now that Invoker has phase boots, he actually hits decently hard. And he'll be able to transition into ganks by using EMP Tornado. And if they get good initiations and drain full mana pools, fight can absolutely change. And it can become just a you run them down solution. And that should give Secret a big advantage with heroes like Bristle.
Yeah. I always worry, like, I suppose when Lycan's already got his helmet, the Dominator, like he doesn't really care about going jungle. He's still got the #1 net worth on the field.
Yeah, especially with this Hellbear picked up. Another 15 attack speed for him and his allies.
Is this something the Team Secret can really slow down? Like, I see 2 Observer Wards watching perfectly the bottom river, so whenever YapzOr rotates, like, VGJ will know if he's gone into the jungle.
He is so safe right now. The only big scary abilities on the map are Omni Slash, which isn't gotten yet, and maybe like an Ice Blast. And he's always going to be full HP jungling as well, just because Helm regens so much, as does Feral Impulse. Like, him and all of his creeps here are getting 14 HP per second at the moment. Like, he can jungle endlessly. It's a great move, and it's going to create an extra lane for an opponent, which is further unpunished because they're up against a Quaspex Invoker.
Yeah, and it's an ET. Like, ET never really puts himself at risk. VGJ brought Yang up to the top lane just in case things are going to get a little bit too rough.
And Secret's sitting around looking for some kills, but the offlane went poorly enough that Gyro's now 6. Bristle's only level 4. I would say that they They didn't like convincingly lose the offlane, but it didn't look great.
They're going into mid. EMP Tornado onto Yang. He's trying to get the split off. Cannot do so. YapzOr's in the neighborhood. The stun will come, but Sylar as well as DDC, they're already preparing to gank this mid. So mid one, he'll go invis, but revealed by the dust. There's no way to escape for YapzOr as well. Glimpse back over the Spike Harris. Will get on to 3, but there's just too much damage. He's got 13 1 charges, but it will not stop Sylar and Dogform from getting the kill under the tier 1.
And this is the problem. You can drain their mana with EMP Tornado, but you don't do anything afterwards. He had Cold Snap, he uses Ghost Walk, but they had the dust prepared appropriately, and then he just goes down. Not survivable enough, can't stop the gank. And that's his 3 spells. He's got Cold Snap, he's got Ghost Walk, and he's got Tornado, nothing else. And he's not going to have anything else for a while. He's actually not going to go the Meteor Hammer build, he's going to go for an Orchid instead. Which does help him gank better in the mid game.
He's going to go into DDC now, so maybe you get this kill. No, wall and EMP burn. It's not enough even with the extra attack from mid one. Got stalled up on the creep wave.
It looked like he didn't attack when he could have. Maybe he thought he did. Maybe a misclick. One more Cold Snap and he would have gotten the mana drain. Maybe would have killed him.
He might have lost vision up the hill too.
It's possible, yeah. It seemed a little... I might have misseen it, but...
Yeah. It did seem odd. Like he started the combination, but there was no heavy follow-up.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of this could also be just unfamiliarity. I'm sure it's really tough when you've been playing nothing but like Exort Quas for like a year to instantly go to a different build. It's got to be hard.
Oh, Yang. At least he's got 7-1 charges, so getting back up to enough mana to split isn't impossible.
It's certainly helpful to drain the mana pool of an entire hero. That's got to feel good.
Yeah.
He's going ultimately negative on that combo because he's casting 3 spells.
Ace.
But
Trouble. Cooldown's there. Homing missiles right behind him. Ace, healing ward, trying to bite. Just enough life. DDC will finally get rid of it. Omni Slash, no. No reason to commit it. They wouldn't have survived. Now YapzOr again. How many times must this happen? Glimpse back in. Wait, what? The Centaur from the camp? No, YapzOr still caught. He'll get himself a 3-man stun too. He's got his own TP and 10-1 charges. So he'll make him work. Spike Carapace is available. He'll trigger it off. At least it stuns on the ET as well as DDC. And they'll finally bring him down. 4 heroes to kill YapzOr. Of course, they got Ace at the start of it all.
Man, they make him work for that one. Holy crap. And in the meantime, they're still farming a little bit. Bristleback's picking up some last hits. He's got a Vanguard of his own. And Invoker City mid slapping towers, but...
And burning mana. Goodbye, Yang's mana again.
But again, no potential to kill here.
Do you always bypass when you go cross-rex the Midas?
Yes, very common to do so, because Midas just elongates your late game.
Stun him. Got him. Cold Snap. The tower gets killed off by the Dire, and Yang gets killed off by mid one.
And that's the thing, like, it's very disable heavy, and you can help get kills, but you can't really kill solo. I mean, I guess both Invoker builds kind of do that, but...
Where's the TP support? FATA's going to try and run around. The tower doesn't want to move away from it, because that's where his TP support comes in. Sylar, that's a lot of cool spray stacks, and Ace, no! He jumps back into the minions! You said it during the draft, and it's proven right now. While there's too many friends around the like him, the Omni Slash is just ineffective, especially with the 3-jumper.
It's a really good attempt. That would have been a huge kill for Secret, but putting that on cooldown, Omni Slash, is very unfortunate, because now Jug is going to have to go back to farming. If you can get a kill every time you do an Omni Slash rotation, completely changes your farm level, especially in a game like this where Secret's last rotations are not working out great. With that said, though, they're still farming amazing. They have a very tiny net worth lead right now, which means that even though they're losing these rotations, that in the long run, it might not matter much.
I think it's the Brewmaster. Like you see the bleeding in the net worth is on him, which is quite a critical hero. Like Yang can't have any mana to do anything, but it delays his blink dagger more than anything.
But they did feel like somebody had to go mid to stop the tower pressure.
The rotation. FATA's going to walk straight into the smoke gank of VGJ, starting with a nasal goo on DDC. They need to create space, so he puts down the storm. FATA trapped inside that kinetic field, not taking that much damage, and he's got 1 charge. His Ice Blast is going to chill and actually connect onto DDC. The follow-up's on YapzOr, waits it out. Yang, he wants to go into the split. He's got the 1 charge available. The dust reveals the next assassin, but the cool sprays from FATA, they're still building up. He's waiting for Yang to split, or maybe he just killed him. Okay, there's the split. Everyone back underneath the tower. Homing missile will keep FATA there. His quill spray stacks will do some decent work. The Vanguard will keep him alive, but it won't do enough. The MP burn is very defensive. So 2 heroes lost from Team Seeker as the Brewmaster chaos continues. The glimpse back on the Puppey after the Earth Ruling got the stun, and it's just too good. The Ice Blast, it does connect on Yang. This is an opportunity for mid one. but not when there's that much support from VGJ. All 5 heroes in this mid lane just forcing the issue.
They're trying their best to slow this down, but they just can't stop their opponents from running at them. They basically need to all go in at the same time, if possible, if they can find that opportunity. It has to be like mid one, Tornado EMP in a team, as they follow up with like a Nyx stun, as they do Ice Blast, but instead it's like, it always feels like YapzOr getting initiated on kind of, or somebody else gets initiated on, and YapzOr's trying to defend that person. It hasn't quite worked out here. Yeah, YapzOr caught in the jungle here, trying to get out. I love his skill build. The very low cooldown on Spike Carapace gives him tons of time here. But unfortunately, nobody else on the team could slow them down enough. I think if Mid One had not used EMP in the top of the river previously in the fight, this could have gone better. He would have been able to do a combo there, but once you have only one Tornado or one EMP, it's very difficult to affect the team fight in a strong way.
Yep. And we get to come back live as Mid One was playing around that Roche pit. He's got finally 1 point in Exort value.
FATA's going to be doing Ancient Clearing right now, so this will give him a little bit of a boost. He actually really needs levels. In that previous fight, I think he only had 1 point in Bristleback.
They're running mid. The Storm, it doesn't actually catch Mid One perfectly. YapzOr's coming in through the rear. The Rocket Barrage is nice on the Mid One. The ET Splitter also making it difficult for YapzOr and Puppey to help out, but now FATA rotates in, Freeze and Fade. Nowhere really to go. Puppey's holding that Ice Blast. Finally, it will connect onto the Gyrocopter. Primary target for them, and they'll claim him. Disruptor, the Spike Carapace from YapzOr actually catching him for a moment. So Puppey and YapzOr teaming up against the Disruptor. He's got no abilities to really work with. Yang can come back into the mid, but he can't really chase this. Phase Boots are not in no tier 1 tower. That ain't happening.
That was a really good fight for Secret there.
Oh, Ace. I don't think you want to be here either. He just used spin on bottom lane.
Ooh.
A quick pause. Fade was coming in through the rear. He's got the Spirit down, and Sylar just went into dog form and burnt the Necro Book. So I think Ace at this point is dead.
It's not looking good.
The Battle Fury is coming on the Courier right now, okay. So I don't know if Omni Slash level 1 clearance is what he's thinking.
I think the only way he lives here is if the Stomp doesn't catch him and he's able to juke through trees using the Quelling maybe, but we'll see. It's going to be a hard survive, and he doesn't want to use Omni Slash. If he does, he's a bit limited in gank potential, which he still kind of needs.
Oh, Ace. There's the Stomp. And there's the death.
Not even close. Just right.
No. Here's the wonderful options of how you can escape. No, none of them can be taken.
Yeah, it was too tough. The Spirit positioning was perfect. I don't even know if he was aware that the Elder Titan was there before that fight, before that escape started. So
yeah, their Observer Ward's a little bit too deep in the Radiant jungle to really see that rotation.
And there's a blink coming for Brewmaster now, so team fight should be even easier for Thunder to start.
YapzOr's on the hunt. He's found a friend. Ice Blast is available. You'll have a level 1 Sunstrike, potentially.
Watch out.
That's really ineffective damage.
But this, if you aren't going to go the Meteor Hammer build, this is super normal for Invoker Quasvex. Usually you'd have to get an item that does help you kind of transition into kills. And Orchid's a way to do that. If you can actually catch somebody, Tornado EMP into Orchid, Cold Snap is a really good solution.
Does he actually win the foot race against Sylar in dog form? In Shapeshift?
No, of course, because Shapeshift you go over max movement speed now. He'll be really fast though. I mean, the Wex build is potentially good. He revs a DD here, pops Ghost Walk, and he's like, gonna try to get a solo kill. He doesn't have his Orchid finished.
It's in his stash. The recipe's in his stash, but he's looking at Fade.
Yeah,
so here comes the Ice Blast. He Cold Snaps and trying to hold him there. The Ice Blast did not connect, and now, well, Tornado just creates a little bit more space. He got Invoke in 1 second, but the Stomp will hold him there. And how quick? Can't do jack. Puppey can TP. Stun will not connect on him. And no extra crit to get the kill.
Yeah, I think he did the best he could there. Unfortunately, with the Ice Blast missing and the Cold Snap just being on the edge there, he needed like Orchid for that fight to work, and they got back up instantly. With that kill, they walked straight into Roche. Super easy Roche kill. Benefits from the Necro. They don't have a medallion, but it just doesn't matter. Roche dies instantly.
Yeah. They're nearby at least, Team Secret, but it all comes too late. Maybe actually it should not have come at all. FATA locked inside the Connect build. The Ice Blast is off target, so FATA can cool spray all he wants, but he's surrounded by Necro Books, getting burnt out.
And mostly he's just dying to magic damage.
Oh, they got another one too. Oh, okay. Instant wall, nowhere to run.
Oh, that's so sick.
Chain feeding of all 3 cores now, Team Secret.
That was so cool. And he did that while busy fighting against the Bristleback. Just like, let's see if I can get another hero. Finds him, throws him up in the air for 6 seconds. It's perfectly easy Disruptor ulti. And they kill the enemy carry off of that. Like, they're losing 16-4, but the gold graph is still not bad. it looks way worse than it actually is.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what you're trying to achieve here.
Not dying, I'm sure.
He can't TP. Like, Freeze went into the trees, and now... Okay, he can't achieve not dying.
Yeah. He had used his TP previously, must have TP'd the lane or something.
Yeah.
He's also trying to get a meteor hammer, but it's not looking good. Either way, they're creating some space. The problem is just that FATA's not super survivable right now. He's actually dying to magic damage, I believe. It was things like ET Aura and Rocket Barrage, for example.
But once he finishes the Crimson Guard, then at least they have an answer to the Gyrocopter's damage.
Except for the magic part.
It's going to take both Crimson Guard and Pipe.
Yes, he definitely is going to need a pipe this game. And I understand why he won all the physical survivability against like Gyro and Lycan and stuff like that, but maybe he should have gone a Hood before he finished Solar Crest. Might have been, or at least go like Medallion into Hood, might have been superior. Either way, it's they basically, Secret needs to take fights where Gyro's focused, and then the rest of the team can impact on other heroes.
Puppey. He came on a warning mission. Ice Blast connects onto the Gyrocopter. Ace is nearby, but Puppey, the homing missile, will finish him off from Freeze. And they can look towards the next target, the Glimpse. FATA. He gets outside the kinetic field, but nowhere to go. Tornado comes way too late from mid-1 to help out.
He dies so fast, actually. He actually needs Hood so bad, but also finishing Crimson Guard is not that expensive. Just a mere 1,400 gold, so it's easier to pick that up, but it always seems like it's Bristol versus 5 heroes, and they're just completely surrounding him.
Yeah. So I was thinking, like, who do you even class as like MVP when VGJ continue to play like this? They're just a great one unit. Every single time you start with a Glimpse, you get your follow-up.
I think Freeze right now is just owning. He's 8-1 and 7 on Gyro. Feels like he's been in every fight. He's always there at the right time. I mean, DDCs, 0-1 and 15. Are you surprised at all? He has amazing support. These kinds of stats that he puts up consistently are just incredible. He like never dies. Like he almost never puts himself out of position. Like that's like the support dream. If you're a 5 player and you see 0-1 15, that's like that's like 0 deaths on a court.
I've done my job. And he's still got Tranquils and Wand. Who need much more?
Siler's 6-0 and 7. Like everybody on VGJ is playing so well. But again, it is a lot of deaths on Secret side, but they're still retaining the farm.
Oh, at least YapzOr knows there's a Sentry Ward. Unfortunately for him, that Sentry Ward just timed out.
And now it's basically the stage of the game where VGJ is just going to start snowballing and pushing towers.
Yeah.
So once all these towers start dropping, it's looking a little bit dangerous for Secret. So again, we haven't seen any rotation kills out of Juggernaut, for example. We haven't seen an ability to stop these towers from dying. It's going to be
Spirit's out. Yang jumps in, gets the clap. They even clues back FATA. The Ice Blast will be nice, hitting onto Freeze and Sylar. But FATA's lost so much life, and so has Puppey. He was battling underneath the Spirit, and the flat cannon damage spilled out. Yang will wait for the blink in 1 second time. He can't do it because of the cold feet, but it won't matter. Team Secret underneath their own tier 3 towers is dying. And just for good measure, VGJ put an Observer Ward on high ground. They can... It's 20 minutes in. If they want to, they can keep going. It's a 10-1-8 Gyro, a 6-0-10 Lycan. Team Secret have nothing to give.
Yeah,
at least Ace takes the tier 2 tower on top lane, so they're getting a counter push.
They did burn a glyph here. That's going to give Ace some time to hit buildings here.
That's true.
But
who's going to come back?
I mean, maybe they just won't. I mean, they could stay realistically Secret.
TP. It's Lycan. Ace. Well, Sylar is isolated there, and that's a level 2 Omni Slash, but he's now going to let it rip. Sylar underneath the tower. It's not enough damage to kill him off. So we run away. Ace continues the push, and now it's up to Team Secret. Cancel the pushes back. Allow Ace that time to do the damage into the rack, so the tier 3 tower will fall. He's now attacking into the range racks. Brewmaster, TP begins. Gyrocopter behind.
Oh, he's taking a lot of damage.
Ace, the TP out! He'll get away to safety. Fade will not.
Okay, that's not
Team
bad.
Secret, they still lose their entire bottom lane of racks for this.
But considering how that looked at the start of them going high ground, it looked like the game was kind of about to be out of control for Secret. But Ace put himself in the right position, gets the tier 2, gets the tier 3, puts a little bit of damage on the range barracks, knowing that he's not going to have time to finish this. And great TP cancel by YapzOr as well to delay all that time. And considering how far behind they are, I think they're going to be happy with that one.
Yeah.
SNY picked up now in Jug, so he can actually walk around and fight a little bit better. And almost a BKB on Invoker. They've got to be happy about this position. They're finishing some major items. They lost to Rax, yes, but they got some good stuff in return.
And they got good ways to pushing back out again. Like FATA's great at clearing creep waves, so is the Juggernaut now with his Battle Fury. The Invoker, maybe not so much, but he's all about the team fight, control, and delay. So a good EMP Tornado, which haven't really been that effective so far in the game.
We have not seen it, but
yeah, but a good one would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, he can Tornado Waves. He's got 3 points in Exhort. So basically every level he gets from here on out is going to put him back into his comfort zone of abilities.
Yep. Is this the build you like were hoping for as well? Like, was this the one which was?
No, the one that some player on, is it 5 Anchors I think played. He went Meteor Hammer, and then afterwards he went, or he earned Meteor Hammer actually.
Yep. So, well, he breaks the smoke gank at least. Can stun, starts his TP, but the homing missile was already on his tail. That was optimistic TP to say the least.
It's certainly a different build, and I would say it hasn't been very effective so far. But he's still kind of retaining decent net worth, and he does have an Orchid. Potentially very useful here.
Ace is doing it again. The TP this time is coming into the shrine.
Oh,
and Sylar triggering his ulti form, and Ace spin TP. Let's dance it off. There won't be enough damage to kill Ace before he gets out, even though the crits did start coming fast.
That's really costly for Sylar here. I guess it's forcing his team back. They're going to have to take shrines, but I mean, hypothetically, if he kills Jug there, that looks amazing, but Ace was feeling that one.
Yeah.
I don't even think the ward spotted him.
No, didn't.
So just read the game. Really nice play by Ace to back up there.
Just keeps the lanes pushed. Like, no one's forcing in top. Middle lane wasn't really being pressured hard. And they knew that the VGJ didn't go into their own jungle. Like, they didn't go to the dire jungle because the Observer was watching that. So they are able to put the math together. Might want to be a little bit careful pushing Ace out that far north. Right now, there is no defense. Puppey's a little bit further away, which makes Ice Blast effective.
I like what he did, though. He's basically moved to the top lane, put a ward down, grabbed a double set of bounty runes, which is a huge amount of gold for an AA at this point. I mean, he's got Ghost Scepter as well.
The dust. It hits on YapzOr. They keep burning those for this. Now, EMP Tornado. This one will be effective. It'll burn out the Gyrocopter and the ET. ET is actually bone dry.
That's good. Buys them a little bit of time here.
Yep. No splitter, no spam, and now they close the distance. Orchid
the miss.
Onto the Brewmaster. They can't really slow him down, but Team Secret are coming closer towards their own shrine. So they'll be willing to fight VGJ in that position.
Yeah, the first miss is guaranteed, basically, so it's hard for them to follow up on the Cold Snap there. Had to use a mana burn, and with Phase Boots picked up on Brewmaster, he's actually really fast in these short bursts of movement.
VGJ are turning to fight. They just burn their own shrine to bring up their mana again. And Team Secret, they're close to their tier 2 tower at least.
The way they approach this so important. FATA's in a great position here, breaks the smoke, Dust is used, they thought it was an Invis hero, and they absolutely played VGJ. They're going to take the fight, though.
Everything. Glimpse back into the Storm Wall. Where's the support? Where's the follow-up? And the Tornado may just be exactly that, surviving. But now FATA so low, all the protection in the world can't save him, and Ace can't do much more either. He burned his Omni Slash, doesn't have enough life to survive everything. YapzOr at least get the stun out in the trees. TP will be successful. So he slows the attack, but Yang just goes underneath the tier 3 tower. Mid one. The Ice Blast is nice from Puppey. So it's the Deafening Blast. Sylar's lost his dog form. YapzOr will be glimpsed away, but not before he gets a stun onto Sylar and the Orchid as well. Meteorite will drop. They need the damage to connect. It won't happen. Sylar, he will survive. And VGJ, at least that push is semi-stopped, but the bottom lane's in.
Just really hard for them to fight through this. The Fade's passive, the natural order, is just making all these hero kills so easy. Bristleback's walking around with 7 less armor, with only a cloak for magic resistance, and it just amplifies all of Thunder's damage so much that it makes Bristle just not survivable. Like, if Bristle can't survive these kinds of focuses, he's not a very good hero. That fight was the first one that looked kind of close. Every other fight has just been one-sided up until this point. And he needs to be tanky enough that that isn't an issue. Even Juggernaut, he gets an Omni Slash off and he has to run for his life because standing near the Elder Titan, he's got no armor. He had like probably 2 armor. All of his agility-based armor, it's gone. I don't even know if a Butterfly is the right move for Jug. I actually think he needs an AC this game against an Elder Titan. He has to just have raw armor. Evasion alone is not going to cut it.
And AC is going to take forever for him to farm up.
I mean, both items really do, but I think he's making a mistake here in his item build.
Gyrocopter just picked up a Silver Edge, so you're already talking about the issues of Bristleback. Yeah, he's lost. He's going to lose the protection.
Yeah. I think it's like the first time we've seen a Chinese team divert builds a little bit on Gyro, but it makes complete sense this game.
Yep.
A lot of good passives to bust.
Oh, middle lane. FATA's revealing himself. There's a lot of Team Secret behind him, and the Spirit's starting to scout for it. Oh, the Tornado. They'll at least get the Orchid onto the Brewmaster, but Yang's already got a BKB. Ice Blast is nice, but they've already lost FATA. Yang can be isolated. Ace is waiting if he wants to use the Omni Slash or not. Mid one needs to survive.
Oh,
YapzOr's keeping everyone else controlled by the 2 cores. Spin and run away, but it's YapzOr who will have to stand his ground and die. Puppey will deny himself off to a neutral. YapzOr, okay, he didn't attempt the same thing with the Ancients, but 3 euros for Team Secret, pushing up the daisies. I don't know if this defense is still possible. Unless VGJ, actually they're going to go in and do Roshan. This will give time for at least Team Secret to reset.
I think it's a safe thing to do at the moment for Thunder. They're definitely convincingly winning team fights. They definitely have the damage advantage. Maybe they could have gone higher in there and take a 2 racks, but they're winning the fight so convincingly that like just grabbing an Aegis and a Cheese is so much safer. The item net worth continues to surge in Thunder's advantage.
Yeah, it's kind of been going on their way. For a long time, it was pretty even up until like the 17-minute mark, and then Thunder just turned it on. They got 14k advantage as far as experience goes, 12k for the net worth. It's a good day to be VGJ, and a really poor day to be Team Secret. But they're trying to get some control back. Like this is ballsy from Puppey. He's looking for wards. He's got the Gem of True Sight on that Ancient Apparition, who we know is food, but they have to help. The glimpse is on Ace. He already used his spin, gets caught in the wall storm, and Ace is dead for a full minute. The rest of Team Secret is nearby. The Ice Blast, no! Fade was still up in the air with the Yule Scepter, so it only gets the chill effect, and Silo straight on the Puppey. Goes Scepter TP, but they just break it off him. No way to survive, and this may even just be the game right now. 3 heroes lost from Team Secret. VGJ just way too strong, and there is no answer in Team Secret.
They just went completely standard picks. Like, Brewmaster was not necessarily seen as the best offlane, but definitely a good pick in this game. Lycan slightly phasing out, but definitely a perfect game for it. I feel like they revealed their hand too much with the Invoker pick and doing something a little bit wacky, and it hasn't felt good. I just don't feel any good benefit out of mid one's hero. Maybe not any. Any is a bit strong. But between like Bristle, that's super countered by all the damage amplification, and the Gyro that has multiple damage types, it feels like too many Secret heroes are fighting an uphill battle, trying to struggle with their hero matchups. It's not necessarily farm levels, it's just the hero matchups are tough.
I think I directly into split, send the Bristle back up, Juggernaut time. He does have that Omni Slash available as we're getting a little bit of lag. Carlet, Valve, take the coffee off the server.
Even like the Gyro's build, I love the Gyro's build. He's rotated perfectly. He's gone Rocket Barrage talent, just wants to maximize his magic damage. Does like 900 magic damage with Rocket Barrage every 5.5 seconds. It's crazy. Does it like 1,000. 990 magic damage every Rocket Barrage. Nerf that shit.
Yeah,
it kills way too good.
Along with Sunder, when you get to it, that'll be great. Thank you. I was actually really surprised with the most recent patch how many buffs there were to how many nerfs. Love to actually see, like, is this the buff patch?
It was a lot of buffing talents that people don't choose on average. That's all it was, which is in some ways you can't see it as a buff because it's a buff that you can't necessarily take advantage of if the other perk's still better.
Is it like those new Aghanim Scepters where it's like, no one's ever going to get that?
Sort of, yeah. You could definitely look at it in a similar vein.
Well, Team Secret, it ain't looking good, to say the least. VGJ are being very clinical about this. They don't want to give any kind of opportunity to Team Secret to come back. Don't blame him, man. This would give him a 2-0 advantage in the Swiss groups. That's a huge thing going forward. And they're pretty close to making Secret a 1-1 team. Yeah. I should believe if you get 3-0, right, like you're straight in. Like you're going to be one of the first. There's 2 teams tomorrow who will actually be into the playoffs and avoid the last 2 days of group stage. Very dangerous to be at 1-1 for sure, because there is a potential of getting eliminated. Yep. Like, what if a really good team, like let's say Team Liquid goes 1-1. Somebody's gonna have to play them in the next round. It could be Secret here if they go 1-1. That could put them in a 1 or 2 position. They could be eliminated really early. It's pretty scary. I think I have the format right. Not 100% though. I think you sound right. Yeah. Well, I probably always sound too confident about what I'm saying, but oh, VGJ, they're coming in. Well, that Observe Ward won't last long. The Sentry Ward's actually outside the base. That's a good trade. I'll take that one. Oh, Blinking and Chaos Creation. This is just to buy Freeze as well as Silo the space to take off the ground and also do that. Bristle back, toast. The buyback comes in. Omni Slash trying to clean up a lot. The Brewlings didn't really survive a lot, but Ace is dead. The damage under him is too high. Puppey tries to get the Ice Box off before death, but really it's so ineffective. Sylar finally burns the BKB. Remember, Freeze doesn't care about all of this. He's got Aegis Immortal. He'll be back to World of the Living. FATA, however, this will be a dieback for him. Underneath the towers, way too much. GG indeed. 35-5. VGJ making quick work of Team Secret. It took a little bit before the steam train got out of the station, but at the 17-minute mark, it was all VGJ.
Did it? It's a 35-5 game. We only saw 5 total kills that Secret was able to grab.
They kept it even, man. As far as the net worth goes, you were saying, like, at least keeping that even.
They did. It reminded me in some ways of the EG Liquid game. They lost the lanes, but it's like, hey, their net worth